We're live? Alright. If anybody can hear and see what's going on, please message us to make sure that we are all set up. We got about 30 minutes before kickoff here. We want to make sure everything's up and running. Maybe.
Are you live?
Yeah.
People
But
can hear me?
think Brad could. Put on that headset. Nobody's responding here. Text the. Scoot this. See what we got. Check. Sound check. Can anybody hear and see what's going on? Live from Trailblazer Stadium. Paul, thank you. Thanks for the response. We just want to make sure we're up and running before we start going here. About 27 minutes to kickoff.
We're not moving yet, but reconnection successful. We are
having a little technical difficulties with the Wi-Fi again. Hopefully we'll have it resolved. Strasburg obviously took the opening kick. Jack Swanson for about 30 yards. Strasburg will start a 1st and 10 from their own 40.
okay.
Welcome to Trailblazer
Right.
Stadium. Tonight's game with your Strasburg Indians against the Jefferson Saints. Don't really have a lot of information about the Saints. Kind of a under the radar kind of team that's struggling this year. Is about all we know about it.
Thank you.
As always, if you sound or
Got a carry there by Tristan Graff. Pick up of about 15 on the play.
back up.
Looks like he's knocked out of bounds by number 4, Alexis Torres.
Pick up there.
Picked up about 15 on that.
15, yep.
So I'd like to welcome to you, Mitch Swanson, welcome to you, beautiful Trailblazer Stadium.
It is a nice stadium.
We have a handful of people here. I'd like to thank Shane Russell on the video camera. Also like to thank Jeffco's staff for getting us on the internet. We're good to go there, Swanson. 11:43 remaining. There's no score in the first quarter. Carry by Talon Hall. Pickup of about 7 on the play. Tackle by number 23, Alex Torres. So Swanson, the early going Indians on the ground.
Yeah, they're starting off with kind of like to do that every game. I think they like to get that established.
So we're set there, calling Russell in the shotgun. Over to Swanson. Nice play there. Russell complete to Swanson. About a pickup of right about 20, it looks like. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Indians. Ball at the Jefferson Saints 17-yard line.
Just moving it right down the field. I think that's kind of going to be we're going to see a lot of that tonight, I think. This Jefferson team's pretty much at the bottom of the RPI. And
carry by Tristan Graff. He's going to take it around the outside. Does he stay in?
I don't think so.
They're going to call him out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. He gets pushed out as he takes it along the right-hand side. Yeah, Swanson, not a lot to be known at this point from Jefferson. They've only played 2 games. They've had the game against Bennett. They were unable to play due to, I believe, sickness. So do not know a lot about this team, but the Indians driving here early in the first quarter.
Yeah, I actually went on to get stats on them, and there's nothing there. So just went back and checked a little history at Talon Hall.
Talon Hall, fumble on the play. Looks like he falls on it, though, as he was about ready to go in. Looks like he does pick up about a yard. He's able to save it, though, because on that fumble, it was wide open for anybody to get.
Yeah, this Jefferson, their last few years have been they struggled. They won a couple games. There was a few years in there where they went 0-9. So they're a school I don't think is known for their football program by any means.
Indians in the bunch set. Hall back behind Russell. It's going to be a handoff to A.J. Hemphill. He's going to take it around the outside. No flags, touchdown Indians. 1-yard touchdown run by number 4, A.J. Hemphill. So the Indians get on the board early, 9:54 remain in the first quarter. Indians set up for the extra point kick. Julian Valencia out to kick it. So the freshman, who's been pretty busy this year.
Yes, he's in the top 5 of scoring in the state just because of all the extra points he's been making. Oh, he doesn't have his green shoes on. Oh, I guess he does. Kind of far up here.
And Valencia puts it through for good. So that's going to be 7-0 Indians early here in the first quarter. So another eerie sight here at Trailblazer Stadium. We are among probably about a dozen people able to watch the game, so we're pretty wide open. Beautiful stadium, beautiful press box.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And we've had great accommodations and help from the Jeffco staff, and we do appreciate that.
Very accommodating. It's been nice. As always, sound, the picture, whatever you need, let us know. Shoot us a message, and we'll do what we can to correct it in our powers. Which I think everybody's known by now that they're pretty slim pickings.
And every day we do this, Swanson, we know what we find out what we don't know.
Yep.
We learn another thing we don't know. Lindsay is set to kick off. Saints at about the 15-yard line, ready to receive. They hustle out Zach Ali for their 11th guy on the return. We'll see how far Valencia gets. There's no wind here at all, so it's a straight kick about the 15, taken by the Saints.
Sheegan Tiffany looked like he was first man down there, made contact.
It's returned by Oscar De La Rosa for the Saints. It's going to be 1st and 10 Jefferson. Pretty good field position for the Saints. Ball at their own 30-yard line. And we'll see how they set up.
You know, the Indians going tonight without Zach Marrero. He's still nursing that calf injury from last week. Blake Coombs is not suited up. He's nursing a knee.
So, yeah, a very physical game against the Bennett Tigers last week, and it took its toll on the Indians. So, replacements on the bright side, good opportunities for some other players to jump in there because the experience is going to continue to be necessary as we get later on in the season.
Like Hayden Turner is going to be the corner on the...
He's in for Marrero. Jefferson, good carry for Jefferson. They're going to be very close to a first down. Nice run there by number 23, Alex Torres, as they get around. That's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Saints. Ball at the Jefferson 40-yard line. So, good run off the left-hand side to start possession number 1 for the Saints.
Yeah, they started last week. I think the first play of the game, they gave up 15 yards right off the bat off the first play. So, get that out of their system.
Indians stacked up. Saints in the shotgun. Pass there, complete. Pass from Mark Booth. Complete on the right edge. And a pickup of about 5. Catch made on the right edge. I think that's number 21, Oscar De La Rosa. That's a pickup of 5 for the Saints. Going to be 2nd down. Ball at the Jefferson 45-yard line. Oh, low snap there. It's going to be maybe recovered by the Indians. Let's see who got it. Jefferson get back on it maybe. Oh, we got a flag on the play. After the play. So we're going to see what happened here. Bit of a scrum down there. I don't know if they've called it there. Saints keep it. A.J. Hempill was there. Unable to get it. The quarterback, Mark Booth, able to get back on it. So we do have a penalty flag, though. We'll see what the call is here. That was after the play.
Looks like it's going to go.
They had a loss of 7. So personal foul against the Saints. That's going to back them up quite a ways. And after the play, so they're going to lose the down on that. It's going to be 3rd and very long for Jefferson. So they had some positive yardage there, but that is a big negative for the Saints.
Yeah, looks like there's a little pushing and shoving going on the scrum there.
Indians set up in the 5-man front. Booth back in the shotgun. Going to be a pass.
Punt. Good defensive play on the offensive guy there.
Russell breaks it up. And you're right, Jefferson was forced to play a little defense on Russell.
And he
It was intended for number 25, Richie Salas.
He was right there. Russell was going up and eyes of the end zone there.
So 4th and long for the Saints. It's going to be 4th and about 27. And we'll see what they're set up to do. A couple good plays for Jefferson, negated by that personal foul. And they're back in a hole set and punt formation. Graff and Swanson deep. Punt there by number 4.
Nobody out here.
Alex
Nice
Torres. Graff has it still going at the 20, 15, 10. And that's going to be a touchdown for Graff as he went down the right side. About a nice return for Graff. Touchdown Indians.
About 55 yards.
So with 7:39 remaining in the first quarter, score is now 13-0 in favor of the Indians, with Valencia back out to kick. So the ball's been staying at the Jefferson side to start out with here, and Indians up on the Saints 13-0 with the PAT pending.
Boy, these Saints are a pretty small football team. They've got 6 guys suited up on the sidelines.
The extra point by Valencia is good with 7:39 remaining in the first quarter. Score is now Strasburg 14, Jefferson 0.
What's wrong? Flint's just set to kick off. Little fumble on the catch there. Caleb Hart right down there to make sure he wasn't going anywhere. It's going to be first down on Jefferson's 22-yard line, we'll go with.
All right. Saints on their second possession. About the 22-yard line. They're going to take a timeout, though.
Looks like they're having a little bit of personnel issue. Their guys are running out halfway and back and forth, and a little confusion.
So we come out here again. The atmosphere when Bennett played Strasburg, though there were no fans, a little more alive on both sides. Pretty hard to get going on this Thursday night as both teams didn't have as much warm-up time as usual. They were sort of hurried in here, and I'm assuming they're going to be hurried out as well. And that's the reality of the times here in this 2020 season.
Yeah, the bus arrived, and they had to sit in the parking lot for a little while before they even let them in the stadium.
And being around those guys during the school day, I'm sure those guys in the school bus for an extended period of time, I'm sure that was a lot of fun for whoever had to stay and monitor that little situation there.
It looked like they were enjoying it. And finally, they got them. They did get him out of there and let him roam around the parking lot. They actually got dressed in the parking lot. That was their locker room today, so everybody driving down Kipling could get an inside look at our locker room.
Nice airy accommodations here at Trailblazer Stadium. All right, 1st and 10 for the Saints. Booth gets handoff. Going to the outside. He's got room. Oh, lots of room. And taken down, maybe saving the touchdown, number 3, Jack Swanson. Nice run by number 23, Alex Torres, as he broke through the seam.
Yeah, we got caught up inside on that blitz. AJ
Big gain of 25 yards, and the Indians struggled on the outside early on defensively. So Strasburg coaching staff looking to shore up that situation as they've taken a couple big plays against the Indians, especially that one. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Saints. Ball in the Jefferson 48-yard line. Booth in the shotgun, back to pass. He's got a guy open, and just missed it. It was a nice pass by Booth. Zach Ali almost able to bring it in.
That would have been a great catch. He had it. He went up, basically brought it in with one hand.
Swanson was all over him, but almost made one heck of a catch. It's going to be 2nd down. So this quarterback, Mark Booth for Jefferson Saints, nice arm.
Yeah.
And Indians will probably try to continue to get some pressure on him, but has shown he can pass the ball early on.
You know, I think they played Banning Lewis their first game, and they must threw the ball. I think Banning Lewis had 6 interceptions on him during that game, so they will throw the ball.
So we'll see what the Indians can do. Torres in motion, fumble on the play.
I think we got that one.
Brown was on it. Oh, picked up by A.J. Hemphill. They didn't call it dead.
All right.
That's going to be a touchdown for the Indians.
A little scoop and score.
So the first turnover goes to the Indians. They're able to take it to the house with 6:34 remaining in the first quarter. It's now 20-0 in favor of Strasburg. So I'm not sure the Indian coaching staff is very happy with some of the issues on defense, but Strasburg able to put up a big score early on.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to say it's a trap game by any means, because I don't think the Jefferson team is built for the longevity of the whole game, but it's just a game where the boys can definitely overlook it and get a little lackadaisical and just assume that this team's just going to come out and lay down on them, and obviously they're not going to do that, which is good.
And the Indians looking to continue momentum late in the season with opportunities at the playoffs, and they do not want any setbacks in any way right here. So must have been an offsides against Jefferson.
I think
Indians going to move up a yard and kick it. Valencia. Looks like the kick is through.
Oh.
That's good. 6:34 remaining in the first quarter. Score is now Strasburg 21, Jefferson 0.
Yeah, it's one of those games you just want to get in here and avoid injury. Make sure you're crisp. Make sure everybody's focusing on task, and get out of here and get ready for next week. In this facility to the south of us, there's like a slow pitch softball game off to the north there, or to the south. So if this one gets out of hand, we can do a little softball too.
And it does look like a highly competitive game over there. So
yeah.
Lots of things happening here on Kipling, here in Lakewood.
What happens on Kipling stays on Kipling.
Valencia to kick off there.
Nice kick.
Able to drive it to about the 12.
Ooh, that was a shot.
Oh, fumble on the return.
AJ just. Oh, then the guy punches him. He needs to be kicked out of the game. Yep. He just went into it.
Well, knowing him a little bit, I think his brother would want to do the same thing to him a lot of times, so he may deserve it. There may be some things going on there that we are not privy to at this point.
No, the kid threw a punch, though. That's the point. Boy, that was a shot. Just hammered him.
Jefferson able to keep it. They're going to have 1st and 10, ball on their own 27-yard line. So we'll see if the Indians do. I'm sure they're looking to get stops on first and second down, but I think you're right, Swanson. There's going to be a lot of passing from Jefferson today.
That's good. We need to. It never hurts to work on that at any level. You don't see a lot of it. Last week, Bennett didn't throw it a bunch.
Fumble on the snap, so Booth's going to fall on it.
Wow, they're
so loss of 4 on the play.
Kind of self-destructing, aren't they? Not helping their cause.
Well, they've had some positive plays early, but they've a couple setbacks, a penalty on the first drive. Set them back, and had a couple situations, the ball on the turf, and they've struggled there. So clock running, 5:56 in the first. 2nd and 14 for the Saints. Ball on their own 24-yard line.
Going over there. Oh. Good coverage.
Russell on the coverage. Booth's pass intended for number 25, Richie Salas. That's going to bring up 3rd and 14 for the Saints.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get away from the run game quite yet. They were having some success with it, really. They were able to move the ball. They need to just kind of...
They'd had some good runs to their left side, but they're split out. Got 2 on both sides, 1 back set. Booth in the shotgun.
Oh.
Ball was tipped there, pressure by Preston Krause. He was able to tip it. Keegan Tiffany also in. So the Indians dialing up the pressure on 3rd down. It's going to bring up 4th and 14 for the Saints.
Quarterback's a big, athletic-looking kid. He's... Well, hopefully we'll get to see a lot of air out of him today. Hopefully we can test our secondary. Look out.
Oh, that's going to be a flag there. As A.J. Hemphill hit the punter. Swanson on the return, loses part of his shirt or something.
He's got all kinds of stuff.
And he's rolling and continues to move, taken down by number 58, Abnex Boomba. But
look like a Greg Pruitt out there with the jersey laying all over.
That's bringing one from deep. We got a personal foul roughing the kicker on Strasburg. So that's going to be an automatic first down for the Saints. They're going to get another go of it.
There we go. Shut up. I wasn't sure I was ever going to get to use my Greg Pruitt reference, but there it is.
Well, that's people that know that reference are people like us, and how many of us are
hopefully
going
just
along
2.
there?
Yeah.
Now, if my brother's out in Virginia, he'll know that reference perfectly. So I don't know if he's listening tonight.
Pass.
Draw up the middle.
Nice little tackle there. Met first by
Matthias,
and then Town Hall jumped in on that one. Yep.
That was carried by number 23, Alex Torres. And Torres looks like a pretty good running back. Looks like they try to find different ways to get the ball to him. But off that first down play, a pickup of 2 is going to be 2nd and 8 for the Saints on their own 41-yard line. .4:30 remaining in the first quarter, the clock running. Booth in the shotgun. Looking out the flat, intended for number 4, Alex Torres, incomplete. Graff and Russell out there in the flat on the coverage. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8 for the Saints.
He's thrown last 5 passes have been incomplete, so he's started out like a house fire.
So Booth back in the shotgun. 2 to either side.
Good pressure.
And that's going to be quite a bit over. Ball was intended for number 25, Richie Salas, and Colin Russell on the coverage for the Indians. Going to bring up 4th down, and we'll see if they decide to go with it here near midfield. So the Saints in punt formation. Torres back to punt. Graff and Swanson deep. That's going to be up there. Oh, I think Graff did touch it, but he falls on it. So Tristan Graff's going to down it at the Indian 42-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10, Strasburg.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what was going on there. He was coming hard. I'm like, look out.
So as you said, some opportunities for some other players today as filling in for injuries both on the line and in the running back receiver position. So there's going to be some lots of guys getting some time today. Russell in the shotgun, Hall back with him. Oh, he's looking deep. Catches Swanson in stride. That's a heck of a pass right there, and that's a touchdown.
That was
touchdown Indians.
That was on the money there. Russell had time, set his feet, threw a great ball.
57-yard touchdown pass from Colin Russell to Jack Swanson, and that was a beauty right there. So 4:01 remaining. Indians on the board again.
You know, with all this passing going on from Jefferson, stopping the clock, once this thing runs, it's a long first quarter.
Yeah, it's going to be a long first quarter. But we'll see what the Indians do with it. Valencia back to kick. And the freshman puts it up, and it's good again. So another from the Ryan Blau kicking coaching. He's done just an incredible job over the years with kickers, and he's got a young one that's a heck of a kicker that we got some positive things coming with years to come.
Absolutely.
So that's one advantage Strasburg's had for the last dozen years plus, and Ryan Blau has done just an excellent job with the kickers from Strasburg. So Valencia set up to kick.
I'm feeling Thomas Devlin on this one. He's last 2. He's been right there. He's due.
Yeah, we've had some, and Coach Brown had an opportunity to talk to him. Really happy with his young kids. And as you pointed out, Thomas Devlin is one of some really good young players, so there's lots of optimism for the future for the Strasburg program. Kickoff from Valencia. This one's going to hit.
What was that? Tiffany? I think it was.
80, yep. Keegan Tiffany on the tackle. That was returned by number 21, Oscar De La Rosa for the Saints. So Jefferson will take over 1st and 10, ball on their own 22-yard line.
No. Turning up. Big Jesse Bird in on that one.
Yeah, Jesse Bird comes out as a junior and has gotten significant time done. Good find for the Indians as he's come out, as he's been able to shore up, lost some really good linemen from last year's team, and he's been able to jump in there. A lot of benefits for the Indians. Also, Wilson Ames has come in. Preston Krause, Brian Amador, who was hurt last year. So a lot of guys that didn't play that much or at all last year, doing some great things for the Indians. Booth going to take it on the outside. Pursuit from the Indians. And quite a hit by Colin Russell. That was a...
on the end of that there, on this right in, Tiffany had that. You see him, he really fought off that block well, and it made that guy spread out a little bit. That was good use of his hands, and then just the fundamentals of just getting rid of that guy and spreading that run to the sidelines.
So they were able to stretch it out. And the Indians have, I think they've shown they've been able to pursue pretty well to the sidelines, which they're going to need to continue to do. So 3rd and 13 for the Saints. 2:22 and the clock running here in the first quarter. Booth in the shotgun, set to pass. He's got
off target.
Pass intended for number 25, Richie Salas. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Saints. So the ball has been exclusively in the Saints territory, and that makes for a long night sometimes.
Yeah.
So, again, beautiful night here in Lakewood, Trailblazer Stadium. As the wind is it possible to have a negative on the wind, Swanson?
I think, I don't want to jinx it, so I'm going to say no.
And
I got that one.
That one, I don't know if that was tipped there. It's rolling to Graff, and he's going to let it go.
Oh.
I think the Indians did multiple illegal things. So that's going to be, at best, moving back into Indian territory. Looks like pretty much every player found a way to cheat for the Indians on that play.
Looked like we had, I don't know what the first one was holding. Might have had a blindside block on that too.
I think the rule book's going to be enforced on this kick quite in multiple ways. Let's see what happens here. Yep, you called it.
I think that was.
So the blindside block is Mitch Swanson calls it, and that one's going back. So
the spot there.
So
it's a tough call, when you're running down the field and that guy's going after the runner and his head's not on the swivel. It's pretty easy to get him, but it's tough. There's the right call, but I'm not defending.
And that's
that's
relatively recently that's been changed. That used to be just completely legal, and that's when people would just
concussions and
set up, and people would wait for that shot whenever they could get it. That's and so for safety purposes, a really good rule change. Russell in the shotgun. He's going to hand it, keeps it, and nothing there. He's going to try to make something of it. Pickup of about 3 on the play for Russell. So I think that's 58. Abnex Boomba on the tackle for the Saints. It's going to bring up 2nd down for the Indians. Strasburg 35-yard line.
That's kind of a fun name to say.
Yes. And he has a brother also, number 52's Yam Boomba. So Swanson will find a way to work that in here later. From Russell, he's got Turner.
Baby.
One man to beat. Nice pass again from Colin Russell. The sophomore Hayden Turner catches it. Tackle on the play by number 13, Jose Campos. But a nice passing catch for the Indians. Going to be 1st and 10, Strasburg. Ball at the Saints' 18-yard line. Russell's had some nice passes in the early going.
Absolutely, right on the money.
So Turner getting some opportunities due to injury. He's had played significant minutes, but starting tonight and making the most of it.
Nice little 45-yard pickup there.
So Russell in the shotgun bunch set right formation. He's going to hand it to Graff. Graff at the 10, 5, and he's going to take it in.
I think they're going to get Turner for a hold down there on the goal line.
Turner working to get that last block to spring Graff, but I think you're right. That's going to be a hold on the Indians.
No. Little mustard on the lettuce there. Won a game. Gotta say it. You know, that we talked about this earlier, but our downfield blocking has just been very, very spot on this year, and that's helped a lot of things.
So
Turner was fighting down there. He's doing what he needed to do. That was
I know
a judgment call.
That upsets the coaches, and I'm sure they get to run for it. That'll be entertaining. But you got to appreciate the fact they're working for their teammates down the field.
They're not just turning around and watching.
So Indians come back out. It's going to be 1st and about 4 or 6 with the penalty. Russell in the shotgun. Graff in motion. Going to hand it right up the middle to Hall. Going to be another flag on the play. Usually in the position of holding. So it's going to be a holding call against the Indians.
Yeah, this is where you got to mentally stay in the game. We can't start killing ourselves with penalties and getting lazy, and that's penalties is being lazy most of the time. That's just my theory.
That might explain the number of penalties I got when I was a youth. Sheer laziness part there. So Russell in the shotgun. No one back with him. Trips right.
Time.
It's up there. Touchdown. Is that Swanson? Another pass from Russell to Swanson. And about a 25-yard touchdown pass for Russell. So that's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day, I believe.
Yep.
And that puts, with 14 and a half seconds remaining in the first quarter, we're Indians lead 34-0, pending the extra point. Valencia back out. Russell on the hold. And it's good. So, nearing the end of the first quarter, scores Strasburg Indians 35, Jefferson Saints 0. So as we get going through here, Swanson, what do you think the Indians are going to be looking to do? We're approaching the 40-point rule, and we're going to be moving along here. This is probably going to be going fairly quick here pretty soon.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the plan. Like I said, we get the clock running and try to avoid injury.
Yeah,
is the name of this game.
And like you mentioned, Jefferson low on numbers of players, and that is always extremely tough. They're out here. They've shown some positives in the first quarter, but it's really hard for them to get some consistency going. Valencia set to kick off for the Indians. About 11.
Real nice little against Stevens.
Returned by number 21, Oscar De La Rosa.
Looks like Riley Thwaites and Zach Rushman jumped in on that one.
So Saints will take over 1st and 10 as we're approaching the end of the first quarter. Booth back in the shotgun, single back set.
Oh, look at Wilson.
Indians on it. It's going to be no gain on the play. It's carried by number 23, Alex Torres. And that's the end of the first quarter.
Wilson Ames all over him.
So Ames able to get in there. We're going to move to the other side as we ready for the second quarter with the Indians up 35-0. So as we look out here, a beautiful November night here off of Kipling in Lakewood, Colorado.
It's like there's stuff going on. Looks like Jefferson
Yeah,
Stadium.
Jeffco Stadium.
Jeffco Stadium's going on with softball, tennis.
Yes.
I think we should do some tennis maybe. They got, hard names. A lot of tough names to pronounce in tennis.
Yeah, we're probably not ready for something like that.
No.
That's
We could probably come up with something.
So Swanson may move over there at halftime just to get a little recon on the tennis. We've also got the softball game going in the background.
And it appears right now, for anybody keeping track at home, that the orange team is ahead, just from what I can see.
And I agree. The orange team in slow pitch softball is they seem to have a little more energy going toward how they're approaching that game. So at halftime, Swanson is probably a lot of people know this. He's quite an aficionado of slow pitch softball, so he could probably break that down in a matter of minutes.
Yeah.
What they got going. All right, we're going to start second quarter here. Second in just over 10 for the Saints. Booth in the shotgun. Quick slant. Oh, behind number 4, Alexis Torres. To bring up third down.
That's he completed his first pass of the game, and that's 7 incomplete passes in a row. I think he's getting a little gun shy back there. He's getting rid of it a little early now.
Indians have chosen to throw some extra people at him.
Put a little heat on him.
So Booth in the shotgun. Torres back with him. It's going to be another slant. Oh, that one almost picked off by Talon Hall. Talon Hall read that one and was able to drop into the flat off of that slant and almost picks it. I think he saw the goal line, and
there were a lot of
he was ready to go. So Hall all over that one, going to bring up fourth down for the Saints.
Yeah, he would have had a pretty easy walk in on that one. There wasn't anybody in front of him.
So punt formation.
Oh, they got
Punt.
that one.
Oh, blocked. The Indians going to be goal to go. Is that a
Town Hall on the block there. I think he
was
blocked
it?
it.
I think Amador got on it, but Indians take over nonetheless. Going to be first and goal for the Indians. Looks like right at the 10-yard line. So Russell coming in with the call. 11:45 remaining in the first half. Indians up 35-0.
Nice cut.
That's Tristan Graff in for a touchdown. Touchdown Indians. And that puts it up over the 40-point mark. Clock's going to be running the remainder of the game. So nice run from Graff along the left-hand side. That's a touchdown for the Indians. So Valencia set for the extra point. That extra point is good. So It's about 10:50 and running now. It's 42-0 for the Indians. And we're in running clock for the remainder of the game. So the Indians able to get on, take advantage of some turnovers early, and a lot of points in the first quarter. So this clock's going to be moving. So, and then this here, I'm going to ask Mr. Swanson, well, he might have to further. I'm a little surprised my brother didn't get the Greg Pruitt line. So I don't know if he may not have saw the play where it happened there. I don't know.
Still laying out there in the field.
So that's the and that being your son, it looks like you're purchasing another T-shirt, or maybe he'll just find some old T-shirt in some old drawer again, so that one can get ripped off as well. Yeah. Valencia set to kick off for the Indians. Return there.
Maybe Thomas.
Number 21, Oscar De La Rosa, takes it out just past the 30-yard line of the Saints.
De La Rosa, not related to Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah. So we have Devlin on the tackle, Egan Stevens, the rookie Dalton Bergstrom all in on the tackle for the Indians.
Sitting here in front of Jason Hall's filming the game for the team. They're going to get a quarter and a half of my side of my head and my back. That'll be good to go over. My posture, they can go over.
Yeah, they can break down. Yeah. They can break down some of the issues that you have, which would probably be pretty valuable.
Which I could use, but it's a be more than one evening of watching game film.
Booth with the shotgun for the Saints. Back to pass.
Maybe.
That one.
I got it.
Is that intercepted? No, they call it on the ground. Caleb Hart on the coverage. Almost comes up with the interception. Pass was intended for number 8, Zach Ali, for the Saints.
Yeah, that was close.
As Caleb Hart, the sophomore, on the coverage for the Indians. Second down, Saints. So it looks like the Indians started to rotate some players in, though they have kept the secondary intact. Booth again in the shotgun. Torres back with him.
Oh.
Let's see what they call here, movement on both sides.
Well, judging by Strasburg's reaction, they've already moved back.
No, false start call against the Saints.
Really?
So the near side receiver was he sort of jetted out of there, so I think that was probably the call.
Trying to get a jump.
Judge. Okay, so it's going to be 2nd and 15 for the Saints. Ball on their own 26-yard line. Another hard count. Oh. Low snap. I think Booth got back on it, though.
Looked like it from here.
So, loss of about 4 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 19 for Jefferson. So 6:40 in the clock running here in the second quarter, Trailblazer Stadium.
Just notice they're on the side of that building. They've got their little play clock. Nice place.
This is a very nice place. Oh, high snap, Booth. Oh, it'll drop it. Oh, that's picked up.
It's Chase Conley.
Chase Conley picks it up. Gets the recovery, the senior. And that's going to be the Indians' ball. again deep in Jefferson territory. As Conley able to come up with it, and he was scooping and he was looking. He was ready to go.
I think he hurdled the first tackler. He was.
So 1st and 10 for the Indians. Ball at the St. 20-yard line. Russell still in at quarterback.
Kind of John Reagan style there. Just grabbed the ball and was going to go north and south.
Empty set and Russell in the shotgun. Trips right. Puts Graff in motion. Burt leading him. Graff for a pickup of about 9. Is Jesse Burt able to get out there and block as Graff came around that side.
Again.
So it's going to be 2nd and short for the Indians. Under 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Clock again running. Score 42-0 in favor of the Indians. Trips left, single back set. Pitch to Hall as he takes it up. Pick up of about 3 or 4. Tackle on the play by number 52, Yambumba.
That's a rare outside run for Hall. Normally he's the meat and potatoes right up the gut. So
yeah, so they had the sweep action to Hall, and you're exactly right. But that's first down yard. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Indians. Ball at the St. 7-yard line. Hand off to Graff. He's looking to the corner. That's going to be a touchdown for the Indians. 7-yard touchdown run by number 22, Tristan Graff. So clock running. We're at 3:30 remaining here in the first half. Valencia out again for the extra point kick. So Valencia set up. Russell on the hold.
Just got that off. Puts her right on the roof of the concession stand.
That is good.
Wait for it. Oh, I got stuck up there on the snow guard up there on the roof of the concession stands.
Now that could be a little bit of trouble. So the first issues for the night is the football has been lost.
Yep.
So hopefully they brought another one. 2:40 in the clock running, and the football stuck on the roof. But I think they'll probably find a way to continue on with another ball.
We're in the city. I can swing over to Big 5 or Dick's and pick one up if we need to here.
That's a team player, Mitch Swanson, as always looking how can he benefit the fellow humans around him.
Maybe I go to the Walmart.
So, good news, though. It looks like they found another ball, and Valencia set to kick off.
Yeah, that I think would be an issue all the time. I mean, that thing isn't 10 yards off the goalpost.
No, I think it gets pelted. It's got a good solid roof on there, but a lot of places for the ball to get stuck. So, Valencia set to kick off.
There they come with the ladder over there across the field. They're just going to let it go.
Oh, they're going to. That's going to roll in. That's going to be a touchback for Valencia.
Wow, that was kind of gutsy. That thing's a live ball till it gets in the end zone. That guy he just taken off running.
So they let that drop. I know Valencia has continued to work in the high school game. Being able to kick deep is such an advantage for a high school team because the field position game. And Valencia has worked really hard at improving his distance on the kick. But it's going to be 1st and 10 for Jefferson. Ball on the St. 20-yard line. We're getting close to halftime. Coming up halftime, assuming I can get this to work, we have an interview with head coach Brian Brown, and he'll be talking about a little bit. We were able to discuss a few things about this interesting year on this COVID shortened season here in 2020. I thought he had some interesting views about what's going on with his high school football team. That's provided I can get it to work, of course.
Well, you're working on that. I mean, DoorDash us a bucket of chicken or something.
Pass from Booth, complete. Catch made by number 21, Oscar De La Rosa. And that's a pickup of about 3.
I wonder if they'll try.
Who was on that? Was that Thwaites on the tackle there?
Yeah, I think so.
Riley Thwaites, a senior in there, on the tackle for the Indians. So clock running with 17 seconds. I don't know if Jefferson's going to try to get another play in or not.
No,
They still have a couple timeouts, but looks like they're going to let this run.
I think he's going to do it.
Let's see if they can get that off as they're trying to get set up. We're at 3 seconds. Gets the last one off, and that pass, it's going to be intercepted. Jack Swanson, and he was trying to take it in. Nice tackle by number 61, Kevin Chavoya, and that's the end of the first half with the score of Strasburg Indians 49, Jefferson St. 0. So, Mitch Swanson, this first half, what did you see? What do you feel? What do you think?
Well, positives. One of them, I think, Russell's thrown the ball extremely well tonight. I mean, he's put it right on the money. He's getting the time he needs to get his feet set and go down the field. We've had a couple, the negative side of it. We've had some penalties that could have been avoided that will in a hard fought game they'll come back and haunt you. Obviously, in this one it won't hurt you much. I don't know. Every game they play. I mean, obviously we've had not as good as competition as we would like, and sometimes, but they've been crisp. They've been spreading the ball around. We do a lot of good things, and I think that's going to be the name of the game here is to be diverse, to be able to handle different situations. So we'll see.
So at halftime here, we're going to try this. Had an interview and had a nice talk with Coach Brian Brown, and we'll try to bring this up. My son Cade wants to call this the teepee talk, so we'll put that up for anybody if they have some opinions on what you would call this, assuming I'm able to get it up, but we'll see what you think. Our interview with Coach Brian Brown. Here. I'd like to welcome Coach Brian Brown, head coach of the Coach Brian Brown, head coach of the Strasburg Indians. And, Coach, a few things. Here. I'd like to here. I'd like to welcome Coach Brian Brown, head coach of the Strasburg Indians. And, Coach, a few things you've coached all different levels of football from youth to junior high to high school, but never a season like this. Due to COVID, due to all kinds of factors beyond your control, this has got to be the strangest season you've ever coached.
It's not only strange, Kevin. It is.
So I apologize. Trying to get the interview
hardest
up here,
season
and I'm struggling with the sound here. So
because there's so
this sounds
many
like a normal
outside
day for us. So I apologize. We'll
influences
see
that
if I can
affect the
figure
team
something
that
out.
have absolutely nothing to do with X's and O's. Has nothing to do with anything about football. It's constantly work.
So I was afraid of this. Turn output here. And once again, a little bit of a loss. So I'll probably figure this out tomorrow morning sometime, but we'll keep messing with it a little bit. So Swanson, if you got anything good to say, as I...
Would you like to interview me or something to kind of fill in?
Well, that may be coming along here. So... Yeah.
Could zoom in on me. Shane can zoom in.
Looks like I did have it going. Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
let's hopefully this works. We can't hear it, but hopefully this works here. So Coach Brian Brown, hopefully coming at you here. So. All right, we're in the best laid plans here, so let me see if we can try to get it to work here. Right here.
I'd like to welcome Coach Brian Brown, head coach of the Strasburg Indians. And Coach, a few things you've coached all different levels of football, from youth to junior high to high school, but never a season like this. Due to COVID, due to all kinds of factors beyond your control, this is
okay. I think we got it here. So we'll go ahead and give it a shot.
here. I'd like to welcome Coach Brian Brown, head coach of the Strasburg Indians. And Coach, a few things you've coached all different levels of football, from youth to junior high to high school, but never a season like this. Due to COVID, due to all kinds of factors beyond your control, this has got to be the strangest season you've ever coached.
It's not only strange, Kevin. It is the hardest season I think that a coach can have, because there's so many outside influences that affect the team that have absolutely nothing to do with X's and O's, has nothing to do with anything about football. It's constantly worrying about that phone call or that email that something is going to take our season away from us.
Yeah, and, just going to the beginning of the season, I mean, coming into August, into September, you didn't even think you were going to have a fall season. So how difficult was it? You had done some stuff over the summer where you had to just jump into it, and I think we on the outside sort of think that, oh, okay, we're going to play football, it's a Monday, we're ready by Friday. I mean, how difficult was that to get started? Because you sort of had a initial feeling that maybe there was going to be some football in August, and then all of a sudden it shut down. I mean, how difficult was that?
Well, the first thing you had to do is get yourself as a coach, your mind right to say, okay, now this is actually happening. What steps do I take to get our football team ready? And you're absolutely right. This is not just putting on a uniform, a helmet, and then going out and play football, especially the type of football that we play. So one of the biggest difficulties we found was, how do we not only install our offense, how do we install our defense and our special teams, but also get the kids physically ready to play? Because so much of your summer, so much of your preseason is conditioning. Just getting them ready, not only able to run and to be able to play a full game of football, but the physicality of football, getting their bodies ready to go to battle. And so when the COVID rules came out, they really didn't allow for that. Your practice times were still shortened. Your groups were shortened. And so you're trying to figure out, okay, what exactly steps do I take? Do I put in my whole offense? Do I put in my whole defense? Do we shorten that all up? We've got to get the kids running. We've got to get the kids in condition. But then all of a sudden you turn around and there's your first football game. And so you have to decide, when do I reel it back? When do I start letting their legs get underneath them? When do I start backing off of some of the physicality so they could actually play a football game.
Yeah, and what do you see what do you think were the most difficult parts from the player aspect that you happen to see as a coach?
Players, these kids. It's not like they think through any of this. And they just knew they got to play football, and they were ready to go at it 100 miles an hour and do everything right now. And so trying to kind of tame the players back to make them understand that we still have these steps we have to take. And it almost appeared like for some it's baby steps. When you're talking about freshmen and young players, they never had an opportunity to really kind of ease into high school football. They were thrown to the wolves right away. And these seniors, especially the group of seniors we have, they look at the sheep and they're the wolf and they're going to go after them because they're ready to play football. So I think that was even more difficult was to get the younger players to understand, it's an ease into football. This is a whole different type of football, but also I needed to get these guys ready to play a game. So it was very difficult, especially on the young guys.
Now, you've been involved with football pretty much your entire life, and every fall, whether you've been coaching it, playing it, you've always had football to look forward to in the fall. By not having it and then giving it back to you all of a sudden, have you found sort of a new appreciation for what you do?
You do. I think this year you really take each game, each day that you're with these boys, you take it for granted almost because you just and like we talked about earlier, you never know when it's going to get taken from you. So I think every time you're out there, you kind of just take a look and you kind of take a deep breath and you realize how valuable this is, not only to yourself, but to those boys. And you try to make it as fun as you can, but you also try to make it as intense as you can because no matter what, we have a standard here at Strasburg. And I think we've learned it over several years. And we don't just compete to be good. We try to contend for a league championship and a state title every time we step out there on the field.
Now, in this year in particular, what do you think you've had to been forced to innovate to be successful?
You almost force yourself to take it each day by day, and if that makes sense. As far as the X's and the O's go, I don't think you really saw much of a change. We run the same type of offense. We add things. We take things away. We change blocking schemes. So I don't think as far as coaches goes, we've changed anything with how we approach the football game. But in the same breath, you take for granted depth. We just did not at first have any chance to develop our depth. But it's also the amazing part of football because now that we're going into our 5th week of games, so I think we had 3 weeks or 2.5 weeks of practice, to see these younger players starting to develop. And I think you've seen it on some of our games, some of these freshmen really stepping up, and you're starting to realize what type of talent that we do have coming up. And that's pretty exciting.
Now, we are rapidly approaching the end of the regular season, but now we're in a situation, we have new restrictions coming in, and you've played, I'm going to make a wild guess, first game ever in front of empty stands. And we're playing against a big rival of ours, the Bennett Tigers. What was it like to show up there? Lights are on, both teams are ready to go, ready to compete, but there's no people out there.
When you first walked out there, it felt like a preseason scrimmage. It really did. It just didn't have the same electricity. At least we didn't feel that. But the good part is that we tried to approach that football game like it was any other football game that we've played. We put our tunnel out. We put the smoke out. We had the music playing. We approached our pregame like we would any other pregame. And you really saw the players understand that this is just another football game. The electricity didn't seem to be in the air, but once that first kickoff hit, I can tell you I didn't really notice no fans. You get so involved and immersed in the football game, you don't really notice anybody until it's a timeout or change of quarter, and you look kind of up in the stands and you realize, oh, yeah, that's right, there's nobody here.
So we are toward the end of the regular season. We're at week 5 now of 6 coming up here. But here's to best wishes, as hopefully we have multiple more of these weeks that we get to watch the Strasburg Indians play. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Kevin.
Okay. So hopefully you were able to hear that interview with Coach Brian Brown. He was very gracious to talk with me. And I thought Swanson, he had some really interesting things to say about how he had to approach this season.
Yeah, I think every head coach in the same situation, they all had to come up with a whole other, really changed a lot of their game plans, their thoughts, their preseason really is what was taken from everybody across the board. And of course, our preseason this year would have been with some good games scheduled, which would have tested us in a lot of different areas. And you take that out of there, and you know that they shuffle the leagues and combining the leagues. And when we seen what we ended up with at the end with the league, for a coach to have to prepare for what's going on right now would have been what he was going to have. It's two different. It's night and day, really.
So, as he said, they go day by day and hope for the best every single time. But I really did, like what he had to say, how much he appreciates coaching this team and being able to coach this fall for the Strasburg Indians. So, and I do apologize for the tech problems. With Swanson and I, we are continually taking applications to help us on the technical end. Swanson can rewire this entire stadium. I can, I think I know my way around a dry erase marker pretty well. I think I'm pretty much a wizard with that. But on the software issues, I don't think either one of us are very good. So we'll continue to work, but continue to make our mistakes as well.
If you can't reboot it and fix it, then I'm out.
So we'll get ready for the second half, and we will see what the Indians do. I think they're probably going to be getting a lot of the younger players in. Like Coach Brown said, how impressed he was with his freshmen and sophomores, and I'm sure the coaches are going to want to get them in and see what they can do here against the Jefferson Saints.
Just a quick little recap of some unofficial stats. Kraft looking at, 6 carries for 63 yards at half. Russell had 1 carry for 3 yards. Info had 1 carry for 2 yards.
So we'll be okay. Our videographer, Shane Russell, changing the battery, so we'll be back up and running here momentarily.
Looks like Russell throwing the ball was 4 for 4 for 137 yards.
Yeah, he was right on it here in the first half. So kickoff for the Indians. Valencia gets it down to about the 14.
Right.
And that's, again, number 21, Oscar De La Rosa.
Riley Thwaites on that tackle. First man down there. Wrapping him up.
So return of about 12 for De La Rosa. Jefferson takes over 1st and 10. So starters out here for the first possession of the second half. Clock, remember, running as it's 49-0 in favor of the Indians. Booth on the pass.
Turner on coverage. Good
Yeah,
coverage.
nice coverage from Turner. It was intended for number 8, Zach Ali. Second down, Saints.
You know, I noticed there at halftime, Zach Ali was he was going down the sidelines. He was encouraging all his players, slapping shoulder pads, giving high fives. He went through every player and, told them to keep their heads up and keep battling.
So it's going to be second down for the second down for the Saints. Ball on their own 26-yard line. Booth staying in the shotgun. Slants. Oh! Gets over Tiffany. Russell's on the coverage. That was intended for number 25, Richie Salas, and that's incomplete.
That makes Booth 1 for 10, 1 for 11 for 5 yards.
So
tough night.
Jefferson still looking to open up on the passing game. That brings up 3rd and 10. So Booth in the shotgun, Torres back with him. Here's the snap.
Oh.
So Booth down there. Pass intended.
I think it was 8.
Was it number 8? Ali again?
Yep.
So
Turner on coverage on that one.
So that's going to bring up 4th down. So the Saints in punt formation. Swanson and Graff deep. This one's going to go to Swanson. Takes it at the Indian 42, and he's going right up the middle. Oh, nice hit there.
What?
Swanson makes it right at midfield. But big tackle, I think that was 23, Alex Torres. And Torres is the one, he had a couple really good runs in the first half. Been very active on the night.
His first carry was 25 yards. Then he lost a few yards. But he's at 4 carries for 28 yards.
So Russell in the shotgun. This is probably going to be about the end of the day in the office for Russell, I would guess. So he's going to hand it off to Graff. 45-40. Nice block there by Hayden Turner. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Indians.
Just a little 50-yard scamper.
So, we have a penalty flag on the play, though. So holding the call against the Indians, so it's going to back them up 10 from the spot. So it's probably going to be back to about 1st and 10 if they're going to mark it from that spot. So they'll restart it. Back to the 49-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Indians.
Like it never happened.
So we'll redo this. 7 minutes, clock running. Indians up 49-0 here in the 3rd quarter at Trailblazer Stadium. Bunch set formation for the Indians. Russell in the shotgun. Snap over his head. He's gonna get it, but big loss for the Indians. As Russell able to come down with it, but he's taken down by number 58, Adnix Boomba. And that's a big loss for the Indians. About a loss of 17 as Russell able to get back on it. It's going to be 2nd and very long for Strasburg. Ball at the Indian 34-yard line. So Russell in the shotgun, Graff back with him. It's going to hand it off to Graff. Makes one move.
There he goes.
And he's going. I think he's all the way. He's at the 30, 20, 10, and that's a touchdown for Tristan Graff. So he got to move back and get a little more yardage. And that's a 56-yard touchdown run for Graff, if I counted it right.
I'm going to go.
Oh, no, 60s. Yep, you're right. So messed up the numbers, and that doesn't sound good for me. But Swanson is right. About a 66-yard touchdown for Tristan Graff.
Put his stats up there nicely. 129 yards rushing on the night so far.
So we're approaching 5 minutes here. Valencia back out. And from the snap from Brown, Russell on the hole. Kick is good for Valencia. Under 5 minutes in the third quarter, 56-0 in favor of the Indians.
Well, I'm guessing that's going to be the last we see of that bunch.
Yeah, probably Strasburg coaches looking to get some more people in. Continue. It's been hard to get JV games, though the Indians have been able to play a couple. They got one scheduled for Monday against Highland. So Strasburg and our athletic director, Coach Woodard, doing everything they can to get games for these younger players. But it's very difficult in this COVID-shortened season. So, Valencia back out.
Graff scamper down the field. They're like a young Mike Rozier.
Okay, we do not accept Nebraska references here, though. I don't know if that's Coach Brown's probably okay with that, so you're probably all right, I guess. At the 20, bobbled and free ball, but De La Rosa able to get back on it. So the Saints will start first and 10. About their own 21-yard line.
Looks like we do have a new setup in there.
Yeah.
You know, these guys have taken a lot of pride on shutting everybody out. You know, both sides. The JV had their backs against the wall in that Bandy Lewis game, and they came up with a couple big plays down in, deep into their territory. So it'll be fun to watch here with the way they're throwing the ball around here.
So they got the safeties, Landon Martin, Lorenzo Espino in. Across the line,
Ian Stevens,
Austin Valesco in.
Cole Liker. Dalton Bergstrom over there, the rookie.
Zach Rushman in defensively. So these are some players that. And
Eric Gerard just came in at corner over there.
So good substitutions. These guys are going to be very eager to play here in the second half. 2.5 remaining in the third quarter, and the clock running. So Cole Liker in. Cole Liker had an injury, so he's good to see him back, getting some time in for the Indians.
Yeah, he had the first couple games. He had 2 really good games.
Yeah. So injury came at a bad time for him, but hopefully he'll be 100% as we get toward the end of the season here. On the ground for the Saints as they pick up about 4 on the play, 3 or 4 on the play. Looks like the rookie Dalton Bergstrom in on the tackle. Garrett Gerard also in on the tackle. It's going to bring up second and 11. Got Rushman and Devlin in at linebackers for the Indians. Booth in the shotgun. Oh, that ball tipped. It's up in the air.
That's Rushman.
Zach Rushman on the interception. He's still going. Gets a little help from his teammate. Taken down there by De La Rosa, but that's going to be first and 10 for the Indians. Who got that tip, Swanson?
I don't know.
On that right side, apologize I missed that one. Good tip. I don't know if that was.
Might have been Stevens.
Hands were up there, and that ball was anybody's ball. And Rushman comes down with it. 1st and 10 for the Indians.
Caleb Hart going to take the snaps.
So Caleb Hart in at quarterback. They got a bunch set formation. Velasco, Turner, Devlin on the right-hand side. It's going to be a handoff to Lorenzo Espino. It's going to get a short gain on the play. And that's the end of the third quarter.
It's the end of the quarter. Looks like the slow pitch game is over there on the field. Looks like another one's starting up, though. Good news.
I just think, people that love that game could play all day. There's no doubt in my mind.
You know who loves that game? Dustin Olson loves that game.
So, possible interview on the, still taking names on the TP Talk. Hopefully we'll smooth that out. But
I believe if whatever Kevin chooses, Kevin will fund a round trip to anywhere in the United States for you and your family. So make it a good one.
Yeah, that one's still on negotiations, but I appreciate Swanson trying to build this one up. So
it's important.
Yeah. So as my brother asked us, we're going to stay tuned because Swanson's going to have another Big 8 running back reference is coming at you. So we'll see what Swanson does come up. I think he's probably going to go with an Oklahoma Sooner running back is my guess on the next one. But we'll see what he has up his sleeve here for the fourth quarter.
Oklahoma has some great running backs that didn't really pan out so well in the NFL. Marcus Dupree is one off the top of my head.
There was the great Billy Sims, though.
There was absolutely the great Billy Sims.
So in there, I think Eric Gilbert's listening there. He'll probably want to see you running back reference there.
Well, back in the Big 8 days, CU was pretty sparse on the good running backs.
Yeah.
Till then.
Hard hands off. Gets stacked up there. This carried by Thomas Devlin. So the Saints all on that one. Alexis Torres on the initial hit for the Saints. So no gain on the play. He's going to bring out third down for the Indians. So Hart in the shotgun, Devlin back with him. Two on this side. Bergstrom and Espino.
Thought that safety was going to shift over there for a second.
Smith came in motion. That's a handoff to Devlin. Gets a gain there, pushes forward. Picks up about 4 or 5 on the play. Tackle there. Number 68, Hector Hernandez for the Saints. It's going to bring out fourth down for the Indians at the 12-yard line. And we'll see what they're looking to do here. So Hart gets the call.
That was weird. The clock ran down. But then
they restarted
back up,
now.
yeah.
So Hart stays in the shotgun. Devlin back with him. 2 wide on each side. Espino goes in motion. Oh no! It's going to be a fumble on the play.
Somebody.
Scoop there. Devlin saves the touchdown on that one, I think.
He does.
As he hustles down to make the play. Recovery and return there by number 21, Oscar De La Rosa.
Hartman kind of spun out of there. I don't know if the ball slipped out of his hands or if he was trying to
say.
And if you're watching the chat, my brother brings out Bobby Anderson. Only my brother would bring out Bobby Anderson. Well, he took that one from you. You can't use that one, Swanson.
No, it really narrows it down now, though.
We still have one though. I got the. We'll see if you can bring this one. The ultimate running back from the University of Kansas. We'll see if you can get this one as we continue trivia time here at Trailblazer Stadium.
Gail Sears.
Very good. The Kansas comment right there. Very good, Mr. Swanson. Very impressive.
Don't want to date myself, but
at one time, as we continue the trivia, Gail Sayers lived in Speed, Kansas, and that is the truth. Speed, Kansas.
And where would Speed, Kansas be located?
Well, that is
in the
funny you
state
should
of
ask. That's
Kansas?
very, very, very close to Phillipsburg, Kansas, is where Speed, Kansas is.
Which nobody knows where that is.
Oh,
either.
I know exactly where that is. That's northeast of the hamlet of Hill City, Kansas.
Hill City, Kansas.
Wonderful, wonderful people from Hill City, Kansas, and the greater Pinocchio area.
Rumor has it. Right?
No. That is fact. 1st and 10 for the Saints. Ball on the Jefferson 35-yard line.
We get back.
A little bit of movement there, a little bit of more movement. We'll see who this flag goes to. It's going to be a false start against the Saints, though. So 5 yards back for the Saints. It's going to be 1st and 15 from the 30-yard line.
Small Paul Smith just come into the game there.
Yeah, Indians continue to rotate players in. Eduardo Corral in on the line for the Indians.
Landon Martin's in, looks like.
Yeah. Landon Martin, who has just been able to get back, so it's good to see him out on the field. So 1st down for the Saints. Booth in the shotgun. Torres back with him. Quick throw, complete.
Landon Martin. Oh, we get the ball there? He's calling him down. Paul Smith. had
Catch
the ball
there
in his
by
hand.
number 1. Martin in on the tackle, and Smith. So a gain of about 4 on the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 11 for the Saints. So at 8:50 and counting here in the 4th quarter. Indians continue to work players in. Number 50, Kurt Ecker in for the Indians. Nope.
Oh, that's there.
Hard count. Might have got the Indians on this one. So encroachment against the Indians. So that'll bring up 2nd and about 6 for the Saints. Approaching 8 minutes remaining in the game. So the ball will be placed at the Jefferson 39-yard line.
Yeah, the good old. I guess you get a penalty every play. The clock runs. You a minute and a half off the clock, and you went back and forth for 5 yards. Oh, it's
Going to be a lateral there to Torres.
Nice defense there. Who was out there?
Was that the rookie? Dalton
That was.
Bergstrom on the tackle. This comes in from the right end position. Bergstrom able to make the play. Loss of about 7. As we continue in, I think, for some of our possible halftime powwow from Vicki Dickens. That sounds good. Tribe time from the Amazing Ames.
Wow. That may just win you a trip, Pat.
Yeah.
You may want to pack your bags.
Well, Pat Ames, I can get him a nice trip up to the Strasburg press box. Got a nice seat for him up there as well.
some chicken. It's all inclusive.
Free chicken.
It's all inclusive up in that press box.
That's regular or Chipotle, I mind you. So 3rd and 14 for the Saints. Booth takes the shotgun snap. Going to throw it out there.
Uh-oh,
Catch made.
There we go, landing a tackle.
Catch made by number 8, Zach Ali.
That moves the chains.
Landon Martin on the tackle, but that's going to be a first down for the Saints. 6:38 and the clock running here in the 4th quarter at Trailblazer Stadium.
Booth's first completed pass in 3.5 quarters.
So 1st and 10 for the Saints. Approaching midfield, ball at the 47-yard line of Jefferson. And we'll see what they're looking to do. We're approaching 6 minutes, clock running. Looking deep.
Oh.
Smith on the coverage for the Indians. That ball intended again for Ali. Incomplete.
Kind of left that one up a little bit. I don't think the receiver was even looking.
So it's going to bring up 2nd down for the Saints.
You know, if the Saints score, I may have to breast out my Louis Satchmo Armstrong's "Oh, when those Saints go marching in."
And I think I speak for everybody, cannot wait for that one.
Spot on.
And
Swanson's
probably a guy that knows the 2nd verse of that. Oh! Booth taken down by Devlin.
There we go. Got in there in a hurry.
Rushman. And the rookie Dalton Bergstrom also right there. Big loss for the Saints. It's going to be 3rd and 16. Ball on the Jefferson 41-yard line.
Better get on the line there. Trying to catch us off guard. Oh.
So it looks like the Saints audible.
Got enough a little early, looked like.
Pass up there.
Ooh.
Smith on the coverage. That was intended for Ali. Smith able to knock it away.
That almost took a tip to the bad there. That another foot from that receiver, he would have grabbed it and there was nobody in front of him.
So that's going to bring up 4th down for Jefferson. Looks like they're going to go for it. We're approaching 4 minutes remaining in the game.
Just knock it down.
So as we get toward the end, again, I'd like to thank the facilities people here at Jeffco. They've been nothing but completely gracious to us, and we do appreciate that. They've got great facilities here, and they've taken care of us very well. I'd like to thank Shane Russell on the video. Appreciate him coming. Shotgun snap to Booth. He's going to throw it up. He's got Ali. Oh, that's an interception for Smith. Paul Smith, he's going to take it back. Lots of open room. Penalty flag down, though. As Smith keeps going. And he's taken down. But penalty flag on the play.
That's late. If they call that interference, that was a very late flag.
We'll see what
he already took it and was running up the field.
We'll see what the call is here.
There was a little hand play in there, I'm not going to lie, but...
So we'll see if Swanson gets irate because he's very he's getting very defensive here. So that was on the return. So Swanson's going to be okay. He's not going to have to jump over this railing and enter the field of play. He's not going to want to do that anyway. I've seen the security people here at Jeffco, and Swanson's not going to want to mess with him.
I could outrun the guy at the gate. That's about it.
Yeah. You got a quick first step, but I would take him on distance with you.
I got that bad hip going right now.
So that's going to make it first 10 for the Indians back at the 17-yard line.
Well, 2 minutes left here. Let's see if they can't put a little something together and punch one in.
Yeah. Clock running, Hart in the shotgun. got 4 on the far side for the Indians as they're spread out a lot. Big rush on Hart. He's going to take it, and he gets taken out of bounds there as the Saints were all over it. Initial hit, number 68, Hector Hernandez for the Saints. So clock running 1:44. No gain on the play.
Yeah, that little bit of a drop there just was enough to throw that one off.
So Indians break the huddle. Hart stays in the shotgun. Looks like Devlin back with him. Oh, correction, Rushman back with him. That pass is complete. That goes to the Moose, Austin Velasco.
The Moose.
So, freshman gets a catch. Pickup of about 3 on the play. On the throw from Caleb Hart. So we're about 55 seconds remaining. It's going to be about 3rd and 7 for the Indians. Ball on the Strasburg 20-yard line. Huh? No. He was in the contest. So, Espino in motion.
What happened there? We fumble that?
Fumble on the play, recovered by the Saints. And they're going to call timeout there. So timeout Jefferson, 26.4 seconds remaining in the game. Jefferson looking to get a score.
Well, they're going to have to.
So see if the Indians can make the stand here.
Deja vu from the Ben and Lewis game right here, huh?
So Jefferson with a couple timeouts left, they're going to be looking to score here. And again, at the end, you're looking for, you're always looking for positives. And just watching Coach Mullen down on the sidelines, he's been very positive with his players. He's obviously looking to build, and you always want to get, whatever the situation may be. I think he's done an excellent job of keeping his players motivated because he's in a tough situation. He's down on numbers, and
honestly, you look at some of these metro schools, Jefferson, Manual, Alameda. They've dropped a lot of numbers in the last few years. So these, the athletes are going to a bigger school and doing other things. So for them, it's a lot. This is what they get. What's that?
So they had 12 out there when they broke the huddle. So they're going to move back 5.
I'm looking for Cole Iker right here. He's going to make a big play. I feel it.
Well, they didn't set up. They're going to put pressure. Booth looking to pass.
Oh, there's another 5. Good thing this is on a timeout. Or their opportunity was shot.
Well, Jefferson will have probably about 3 shots at it, I would guess, because they still have a couple timeouts. So Booth in the shotgun. He's going to take it back.
Oh,
big rush from the Indians.
Nice defense.
Good defense on the play by Landon Martin, but a nice catch.
Yep.
Number 1, his name's not in the program, but nice catch for him. Oh, and that's the last time out for Jefferson. So they're going to have one more play at it, barring any other type of stopping penalty, for example. But it's going to be a second down play for the Saints coming out of this timeout. Right at 16 seconds remaining. And so we'll see if assume the looks like the quarterback though is
shook up. Yeah, he took a pretty good hit there.
So we'll see what Jefferson looks to do.
It's going to add a little twist.
Yeah. So
I think you got to go Wildcat here.
Mark Booth probably going to try to get it to Alex Torres.
They're going to kick it.
Oh, they're going to kick that. Oh, that took him out because they're going to kick it.
Ah, man.
So set up there for a 32-yard field goal for Alex Torres.
Timeout. They're going to ice him.
Now the Indians take a timeout.
They're going to bring in the varsity back in to block this to try to keep their. They don't want people to score on. They want to keep that zero on that scoreboard.
So we'll see what's going on. A little maneuvering here in the late going.
You know, the whole time that the JV was out there, defensive varsities over there, encouraging them and you know, just letting them know that you can do this, and we'll see what they do here.
So here we go. Torres set up for a 33-yard field goal, as this will probably be the last play of the game. Indians set up, and they're going to come at him.
He's going.
Snap to Torres, and
Got it. Short. It's
no
short.
good. Just short.
They told Jim Turner, man, he went right at it, square toe, straight up. I haven't seen that in 30 years.
So the clock runs out as final score, Strasburg Indians 56, Jefferson St. 0. So, Mr. Swanson, as we get toward the end, this is game 5 of 6 regular season games. Been a little haphazard. What are your observations on this game and what we're looking for in the future?
Well, I think we got out of this game injury-free. That was the number one goal, I think, across the board. I don't think they really felt threatened by any means from the start. Going into next week's game, if it happens, I mean, we're looking at a Pinnacle team they're not good. I mean, this Jefferson team beat them by 30 points. So I think hopefully Pinnacle is, we're going to do a little fight song here for everybody. Hopefully the Pinnacle forfeited a game this week to Holyoke, so hopefully we'll get that done. But we'll pause here. We'll try to get our microphone so you can hear the fight song.
Yeah. And there they go.
Never gets old hearing that.
Yeah. So the 4 of us got a little show on this one up here.
Only four.
We didn't mention Jason Hall. He's had to sit through our meanderings through the Big 8 and all things going on here, so we apologize for that. But for Shane Russell on the video and Mitch Swanson, this is Kevin Hemphill signing off from Trailblazer Stadium.